Hi, it's Kayye. We're here at InfoComm 2017. We're in the Big Image booth. Digital Projection Incorporated President Mike Levi, also on the board of Digital Projection International. How are you doing?
Very great. Thanks for coming out.
Should have held the mic in front of you to make sure they can hear you. How are you doing?
Well, really well. Thanks.
Good, good. You and I go back a long way. We've both been in the industry a long time. We've seen a heck of a lot of changes in the industry, but I'm not sure we've seen one as big as the movement towards laser-based projection.
Yeah, move to laser has been huge. We've been selling projectors at DP for 20 years. This is actually our 20th anniversary this year at InfoComm. And all that time, primarily the light source was lamp illumination. And while lamps are great, produced a lot of lumens, they were also a source of inconsistent performance of projectors and also a source of a lot of the failures you'd have, premature lamp failures. The move to laser has brought stability and longevity to the illumination system on projectors. It's also allowed us to vastly improve the performance of our single chip projectors as well, both in terms of brightness and color depth.
Yeah, and especially the thing that I think that most people notice is the color resolution, in a way, as the kind of term I've come up with, where the increase in colors actually appears like an increase in resolution, because when you look at color limited systems where you didn't have the gamut that you have with laser, then you don't have the wide range of color that you get, and it appears like you don't necessarily notice the color difference as much as you do missing information, especially when you have a reference.
It's absolutely true. Color saturation, black level are perceived as an improved dynamic range, which we see as improved resolution as well. In fact, we believe that's more important than moving to 4K. If you have your dynamic range covered with color saturation and black level, that's what everybody can see. The only people who really see the benefit of higher on-screen resolution are people sitting very close to the screen. But you can see better color and better dynamic range from anywhere in the room.
Right, but the one advantage, you would agree that one advantage of 4K is that you can change the layout of a room, because you can actually sit closer to the screen, fit more people in a room, and also create a more immersive environment than like an IMAX-ish kind of environment in a meeting room.
Absolutely. I don't mean to imply there aren't benefits to 4K, but not every application actually needs those benefits that 4K delivers.
No question, no question. So, first off, how's the show been for you here at InfoComm 2017 in Orlando?
The traffic's been great, but even more important, the quality of the traffic. The number of end users coming through with really great projects has been up this year over past years.
What kind of to me, the most interesting thing are the unique projects. I mean, we've all seen image magnification, we've all seen giant, large venue projection. I mean, you guys always do an impressive display. I mean, you always find a way to make big even bigger and better. But not everybody obviously has the technology that you guys have, so you probably come up with you see a lot of unique applications. Like, people come into your booth and asking for things like, whoa, I've never been asked for that, but that's a really cool idea. Anything sticks out that you've done recently, or anything that someone's asked about at this show?
We're pretty much challenged every year with customers with great creativity who want to take display to achieve an objective. Sometimes it's a marketing objective, sometimes a branding objective, sometimes it's an engineering or technical objective. The applications we tend to get drawn into, where our skills of our company and the quality and performance of our products are normally projects that use multiple projectors to create one large contiguous image on irregular surfaces in many cases. So visualization, immersive visualization spaces, simulation, dome simulation, medical imaging, those are the types of applications that we get involved in a lot with projection, and that we find the most challenging and rewarding.
So if I were to, you're exactly right, and you show a lot of examples of that, especially the image mapping and visualization on non-flat surfaces. That's becoming a big opportunity, right? Because now we have projectors that are bright enough, the colorimetry correction systems within the projectors that makes it where you can project on almost any surface, and you have the ability to project on outside of buildings and roads and on stages, on basketball arenas, ice hockey arenas. Those are that's the cool factor stuff that I get most excited about.
Yeah, we've been involved in applications of those types across the spectrum. But still, 90% of all projectors sold, one projector on one screen. So while it's great to be involved in those projects, we still have to offer products at a price point with performance capabilities and system careabouts that really appeal to the mainstream as well. So it's interesting balancing the two, having high performance products with technology to tackle those more complex applications while still offering projectors at a price point that satisfy 90% of the market just wants a great image on one screen.
All right, so I'm going to change gears and ask you, like, if we're standing in your booth 3 years from now, where do you see this market? Because I don't want to go out 10 years from now. No one really cares. 3 years from today, what do you think will be different about this industry, or where do you think this industry will be?
When it comes to projection, I think we'll see 4K as mainstream. I think there's going to be very few projectors, at least projectors in our category, that won't just do 4K as default.
We'll see any 8K? Because there's people, you know, there are some applications for 8K even recently.
We'll see 8K.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm certain we'll see 8K. That's a good point. As far as illumination goes, we certainly won't have any more lamps in any of our product line in the next few months. So in 3 years, illumination is going to be laser, laser hybrid, and other solid state display or illumination technologies. Smaller, quieter, more efficient from a projection standpoint. I also think we're going to see in display category in general a lot of expansion in direct view technologies that are more easily deployed on a large scale.
Like LED, is that what you're referring to?
Perhaps LED, OLED, as well as direct view fine pitch LED walls, right? But we're at a point, I think, where there's a lot of similar products out there today, but the technology is going to enable some real creativity in how to build more interesting products that are more deployable with less complexity on the direct view front. That's what we're expecting.
I tend to agree with you on that. There's been a lot of talk about, and I've even pondered it too, if the projector is going to die a death at some point in time. I think that 4K is going to really shoot some life in the projector world, because I like this idea of creating big giant digital canvases, and those were only available in super high-end applications prior to 4K. Now we can do them in meeting rooms, conference rooms, training rooms, rental events, staging events, without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. So I know that you're in the projection world, so you have a vested interest in answering this question this way, but at the same time, don't you think it's a bit overrated to think that projectors are going to die just because these flat panels are now 80 and 90 inches?
Absolutely. The flat panel's been 80 and 90 inches for a while. The price is certainly lower, but there are still things that people do with projectors that can't be done with other display technologies. And although there's a lot of evolution in all sorts of display technologies, we still think projectors are going to have a vital place in display future for many years to come. Now, we are also involved with direct view LED. We've launched our Radiance LED at this show. Fine pitch, highly engineered systems, and we're going to be delivering those into applications that need something special. Types of engineering support, technical support DP does really well at. But I guarantee DP is going to be selling projectors, and many other companies in this market are going to be selling projectors for years to come, because there are things projectors can do today and tomorrow and 5 years from now that nothing else will be able to do. And that's where the creative people who are creating applications are going to task projectors to do more interesting things today and in the future.
When you say fine pitch LED, what's the finest pitch you have?
So today we're offering 2.5 millimeter, 1.9 millimeter, and 1.58 millimeter in our Radiance LED. Those are our launch products. Those are all in production now and starting to ship right now, and we'll be evolving that product line to even finer pitch in the near future.
So one last question. When Mike Levy's not wearing DPI gear and not here on a show floor, what does Mike Levy like to do in his personal time? If you had an afternoon to yourself, what would you be doing?
Pick up a guitar. Pick up a guitar, writing songs in my studio, producing music. That's what I do.
The funny thing is, a lot of people on this show floor would probably answer the question that way.
Absolutely. It shocks me. Every time I'm talking to people, in many cases folks I've known in this industry for years, the subject of music comes up and I suddenly realize everybody in this industry either is a musician or was heavily invested in music business earlier in their careers.
Or wanted to be in a band, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly did.
There's still time.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I guess, yeah, look at the Stones. I mean, we still got a 40-year career ahead of us if we look at them.
They started earlier, though.
They did start earlier.
That's why we're all still doing this.
That's right. That's right. But I love doing this. I love doing this, and I know you do too.
We're fortunate to be in this business.
We are fortunate to be in this business. I love this industry. Obviously, you have a passion for it as well. Of course, you want to see all this. All you have to do is go to digitalprojection.com. Is that right? Did I get that right? Digitalprojection.com. I can't remember if the INC's in there or not. digitalprojection.com, or you can type in digital projection in the video search window. We've shot individual videos at all the different product stations here, including the new LED line, or go to digitalprojection.com.